In today's episode, we finally start on the buildings at our base, here on the Ripple Effect. Hello everybody, I'm CarlRyds, and welcome to episode 10 from season 3 on the Ripple Effect server. You join me over here at my base, and as you can see, I've been doing a little bit of work over here, including building up a concrete maker. I've got my sugarcane farm, little sugarcane farm there, and also my chorus fruit farm as well. And you can see in the distance, we have a beacon, some villager friends, and we have an outline for a building that we'll be making in today's episode. But before that, I want to let you guys know what I've been up to since the last episode. So I did want to get another episode out before the end of 2020, but I had to move during December, and in the UK it takes 2 to 3 weeks to get internet, which is insane. But I did manage to get onto the server and check out all the awesome builds over at the Christmas area, all the ice sculptures over there. And during our holiday livestream day, the winner was announced, and it was Decoy. I also collected my present from Santa and Wintergrave, and checked out Ducky's Berry Bush Maze as well. And then to finish off the year, I used Winter's skin changing machine to change my skin back from my Christmas skin to my normal skin. Since I've been back on the server, I've headed over to the shopping district to collect my profits from the Withering Effects Studios store. My gold shop as well has been making sales while I've been away. And we've also sold an Ender Pass to Para. Croc has been over at the wool shop and stocked it up, and I collected my share of the diamonds from that store as well. I also checked out the wonderful fire display by Wintergrave. I then headed back to the Christmas area to my villager breeder and set up a little villager converter to reduce the prices, and bought a few over here to my base. So I've been very, very busy, even though I've not been putting out videos over the last few weeks. Let's head over and check out the villagers that I've got. So they're all over here, and we have a armorer, which we can trade our iron ingots for and get some armor as well. We also have a toolsmith, same deal, trade him iron and get some tools as well. We have a mason, which is really good for getting that quartz that I really need for my base area. We have a trapdoor squashing me. We have a cleric where we can get lapis from to help us make our cyan dye with our bone meal, so that is really cool as well. We can also sell him some gold, which is really, really cool. And we also have a librarian. Now, I managed to lose my nether boots, so I needed feather falling and protection. So I got a villager with feather falling and depth strider, but I had a protection book already, so that's not too bad at all. 28 is quite high, but as you've seen, I've got a lot of villagers to get emeralds from. And finally, a weaponsmith, who again I can trade iron for and get an axe as well. So I think we're pretty much covered in terms of armor and tools, at least getting the raw diamond ones anyway. We've also got a couple of books, and we can get some lapis as well. As you've probably noticed from the title of this episode, I want to work over here at the base. And if you remember in the last episode, we built up an iron farm, and I said that we'd do the building in the next episode. And that's exactly what we are going to do. This is the outline for the building. I've been working in creative when I didn't have internet to put together a building that I'm really happy with. Now, it's not going to be really great from the outside, but this season I really want to work on my interiors, because if you remember from last season, and I'll put up a picture on your screen, I did a really good job of the outside of my building, but the inside was a little bit, leaved a bit to be desired. So this season, I want to work on the interiors. But first, we need to build up that all-important outer shell. So I'm going to sleep the night away, get some resources, and start building right here. And we're going to do that in the form of a third-person time lapse. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. The building is now up. I made a slight change over on this side since the time lapse. I did in a water intake and a banner because we had quite a lot of blank wall there, so I thought that needed filling up. I also had to stop a few times to get some more quartz from my villager here because I underestimated how much quartz this took for the roof. We do now need to do the inside of this, so I do have a design already in creative. But while I grab those resources, I'm going to send you over to the maps district, where I finished building the map area for Aubni, and we're going to hand it over.
Well, where is Carl? Oh, hello!
Hi Aubni, how are you?
Found you. I'm doing good, and you?
Very good indeed. I've just finished your map.
Yay!
Well,
it's not my map yet.
The grid, anyway.
Yeah. That's well enough, thank you.
No worries. Do you want to come and see it in its big glory?
Of course.
Over here. So ignore the wither.
It's hard to ignore.
Yeah, it really is. Cool. It's massive. So, my friend, your boundary starts from this white line to the white line on this side over here.
Awesome.
So you can see where you got to build. So you've got a lot of placing to do, my friend.
Yep. That's probably gonna be the rest of the episode. Maybe, I'm not sure. I'll see if I do it in this episode or the next one.
Yep. No worries.
But yeah, it's gonna be a big project.
It is. These do take a long time to do, but you've got a little chill out zone over here.
Woohoo!
You got yourself a crafting table.
Yay!
A little bed. A cartography table.
Yes. Cartography table is going to be quite useful because I'm probably going to need to lock them. Because I'm going to change them because there's going to be multiple maps anyway.
With your "you are here" thing, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be moving around.
Awesome. So there's some maps in there for you with some glass as well.
Nice.
10 are provided as part of the service.
Yes, awesome. I should be able to get more if I need some.
Yeah, there's they're actually quite cheap, like a compass and a bit of paper. Actually quite good.
Yeah.
I can't do parkour.
So it's just jumping.
It's jumping's difficult. It's difficult for me. So all I require from you.
Yes.
Is 20 of your finest diamonds, sir.
Yeah, that's the thing that I wasn't sure. It's diamonds. It's not diamond blocks, right?
No. You
Okay.
can give me diamond blocks if you like.
Even if I liked, I couldn't because I'm getting very, very poor.
To be honest, neither could I at this point.
Last episode, I bought some soccer boxes full of bottles from Jimbo, and I lost.
I
Uh,
saw.
yeah, you saw that. I kept only three. I lost three, so I had to buy another three. So
It was
I'm getting
a
short.
sad moment. It was a very sad
Yes.
moment.
So here's your money.
Beautiful. Thank you very much, sir.
Thanks to you.
No problem. I'm in the money. I'm in the money.
I mean,
No. You know what? I did the
what?
same.
I didn't even grab any.
You know what? I did the same thing with Sid last season. He gave me diamonds and I threw them on the floor. And he went, "That's a gift. Thank you. Goodbye."
I mean, it's quite obvious. That's why you have to throw them upwards.
Yeah.
So they fall directly on you. Yeah,
That's the ticket.
That's how it works.
Awesome. So I will
Great.
leave you to it. You've got the sheep farm over there for your carpet, and enjoy.
Thanks.
No worries.
Awesome. Thank you.
Cheers, mate. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that clip with Aubni there from the Maps District. Since you've been over there, I've been doing some work here at the Iron Farm. So first of all, I want to show you this, which is supposed to be iron bars, just to notify me of which building's which when I'm flying around, because they're all going to look pretty much like this from the outside. As I said earlier, the inside is where we're going to be doing things differently this season. So I tried like an iron block and an iron ingot and a Iron Golem face and all that kind of stuff in creative, and it just looked terrible. So iron bars is the best I could do to signify this is the iron farm. So as you come into the farm, you'll see that we have double carpet right here. Now this is a 6-block gap held up by signs. So the theory is, and my testing shows that I can't place carpet, the theory is that if we get a drowned out there and it happens to get to this area, which is unlikely but could happen, they won't walk over this. And also the villagers that are going to be in here shouldn't walk over this either. So that's the theory. So this 2-block gap is basically a safety gap between the drowns and the villagers. We'll have to see whether that actually works in practice. But as you saw right there, we've done some work inside right here. I've kind of made this central area where the villager tables will be. And I've also got the water intake from the outside that we put on as well coming into here. This is basically to signify that we're cooling the iron down before it's put in the shulker boxes after we've burnt the golems. So yeah, just kind of add a bit of story to the build. You'll also notice these little areas right here. These are bunny rabbits and these are to get rid of the cats. And we've got wither rose down there as well. So the cat thinks that that's a full block that it can get to the bunny, but it can't. This trapdoor is here to protect the villagers so they don't end up down there. Because as you know with iron farms, they do produce cats as well. And once you get to 10 cats, the iron golems stop spawning. So this is here to try and deal with the cat issue. You may have noticed out here that there's one here. There's no bunny in it just yet, because I do need to bring another one over because I've been breeding them. And they should fall into here, the cats. We shouldn't get any villagers out here, so I'm not too worried about them going and ending up down there. There's not a wither rose down there, is there? We'll grab one of those because I'll forget otherwise. Now, which shulker box is it in? That's the big question, isn't it? No idea. As you can see, my chest monsters are in force at the moment. We'll sort that out in a bit. But as you can see, we've done the walls. Cyan terracotta, grey concrete powder, grey concrete. We've also got these areas here. Just add a bit of colour in here because I thought it's a bit drab at the moment. So we added in brick and granite walls. And there's also, you can't really see, but there is soul fire torches under there. to make this glow at night, because this season I want to work with lighting. We are on a mushroom island, so we don't have to worry about spawns, except for phantoms, but we should be okay in here. So the first area I want to work on is this one in the middle at the front right here. So we'll put up some scaffolding, so we've got the ability to get up and down. And the first thing I want to do is hang some lanterns, words, from the top right here. So if we grab the iron blocks right here, we should be able to do that and that. And we get ourselves some of these as well. So we'll put 2 on this side and 1 on this side with some lanterns coming down from there. We can also add in some areas up here where we're kind of like storing parts of the farm. So we go here, 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 and here. And we can bob in a iron ore block. Can I place that on there without having to shift? Hopefully. A block. Now that represents farming of the poppies as well. And we've also got ourselves a chest here, which will have nothing in it. But I don't want to use a point of interest block because the villagers might get confused. We put a rail there, and we're storing a minecart up here as well. So if we go down to here, that's kind of like a little area there, just to give it some point of interest. So we've got some barrels. Now these are the actual barrels where the shulker boxes will come up from the farm. I kind of want to move that just because we're sort of hiding it with the barrel. So if we do that, we'll get ourselves our grey concrete powder and put that back there as well. So yeah, the iron ingots will come up to this one from the farm below. So we'll bob a slab right there. We'll get ourselves an item frame and an iron ingot. So that's where I'll get my shulker boxes of iron ingots from. And on this side, we are making half of the poppies into bone meal, so they will come up to this area right here. So we bob that in, and I think, for now at least, that's this area finished. So for these areas, I want to make them so they can be used by the villagers. So we've got trapdoors right here, and I want a grindstone to be able to use by one of my villagers here. And this is to add a bit of story. You know, we're using the ore to make the ingots on this grindstone. Because I want the smithing table and the blast furnace villagers to be in here, but I want the grindstone villagers to be on either side, just to kind of spread the villagers out throughout this building. So they're not all cooped up in the middle right here when they're working. So we can add in another one right here as well. And if we grab some scaffolding to get up there as well. And we can put in our block, which will go over this one. And also our anvil as well. Should we move those down, actually? I think we might move those down. I think they're a bit too high. So if we do that and that, that should be a good place to put it. Let's do that. And I can hear a wandering trader. I can't jump. Hello, wandering trader. So that and that. Try and grab them before they fall down there. And put that against there, and the anvil will go there as well. So yeah, I think that looks good. That's kind of adds a bit of depth to the build as well, and also gives the villager a workstation. I mean... your mate fell down there, guys. Sorry. For this side, I want to do something similar but different. So we'll pop in these again, and we'll put in a grindstone for the other villager. But this one is going to involve minecarts. And I actually forgot to get half my resources. But the rail will go right there. We'll put a minecart with chest on there. I think I'm actually going to break that rail just to make it... Does that look better? I don't think it does, actually. I think it actually looks better with the rail. So let's put that back. So I'll bob there and that. Right, so yeah. And then we'll add these in there. And we need a minecart with a furnace on this one right here. And we'll put in a coal ore just to signify that we are using coal to smelt down the iron ore to make it into iron ingots that we put in this chest, and that goes off to the processing plant. So yeah, I think that area looks good, that area looks good, and this area looks good as well. So for this area, I'm thinking like a big pile of coal and coal ore and that we use to smelt down the iron ore into ingots. So I'm going to add in some furnaces, I think, in this corner. So add some in there. So we got that one, and that one as well. Now, I've got a few different types of blocks here. Kind of move these out of my inventory. And I need to kind of make like a sort of mound shape, which, let's face it, I'm going to be awesome at. I've now made that mound in the corner over here. As you can see, I think it actually looks pretty cool. But as you may have noticed, I've got a little bit carried away as well. So we've got this here. We've got a few banners. This is like an Iron Golem style banner. We've got my banner that's sort of monochrome version of it. We've got a little bit of water here with a tap as well, a daylight sensor. And we also have this area right here, which is to cover up the scaffolding that goes down to the farm. We have a on-off switch here for farm on if it's in this one, and farm off if it's in that one. And that puts the glass down in front of the zombie so the villagers can't see him. This is a nice little sort of like shelving system that I saw Grian use. So we've got our plant pot with our poppy in, and I need an Iron Golem head for that as well. But I've also done these corners as well. I had to leave the gap, obviously, for the bunny trap, for the cat trap, sorry. But I've got these kind of areas here. I've got a little sort of like a wheelbarrow kind of design with some invisible iron frame and some clay there. Shulker boxes and iron. And I've also got this area right here, which is sort of like it looks like a processing plant. So you got the poppies, go through the hopper minecart into the composter, and in the hopper minecart and into this barrel here with the bone meal. So what will happen is from the farm downstairs, the bone meal shulker boxes will come into this barrel. The poppies shulker boxes will come into this barrel, and the iron ingots shulker boxes will come into this barrel, and I'm going to do that off camera. I've also done this area as well, and the center area with the villager workstations and a few items on top as well, again using invisible item frames just to give the place a little bit of life. Now, I've been trying to get an Iron Golem head for my wall for a while now by shooting the golems with a bow from over here and using a looting free sword in my offhand. Now, I haven't had much luck so far getting a head, which is unfortunate. But one of our server mates, Karloc, has managed to get hold of some. And he's left me one at his base. Now, the big question is, where is Karloc and Magoo's base? I think it's east. Let's take a look on here. Yeah, there we go, Karloc and Magoo. Let's take a trip. I think this is it, maybe? This looks incredibly safe. Yeah, I think this is it. This looks like the place. This is amazing. Now, we've got to try and find the basement. I think it's in this area. Let's see. I'm sure he's sending me on some kind of magical mystery tour. Aha! There it is. Iron Golem head. Thank you very much, Karloc. And there we have it. Iron Golem head on the wall right there. Looking very cool. I've also moved a couple of villagers in who seem to be having a meeting at the moment. Get back to work. Go on, back to work. That is going to do us for today, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this build. If you've got any ideas for the interior here that I haven't done, then let me know them in the comments below. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I'll see you in the next video.